Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I did manage to come on today and do a video, and that's mostly because, well, I did clean this morning, but then I just started dawdling around doing other random things, and so I was like, just make a video because you're not really getting anything accomplished. So you ever have days like that where it's like you cannot get your act together and it just seems like, oh my gosh, just forget it. I mean, I got up really early this morning and got some stuff done, but it's just, it's been kind of one of those days where I keep getting ideas of things I want to do, and so I like dyed some paper, and I've just kind of done everything but what I need to do. Okay, so what I want to do is make a pocket out of this, and I thought about just like doing this and making it a pocket, because that would definitely work. But there's that, which I also like a lot, so I don't want to, you know, have that glued down to the page. So it's going to be kind of a, obviously, sort of a tall pocket. So I just have two pieces of book page here, and I want them, which looks like about the writing, just a little bit bigger than the writing, and it will be good. So I've got the two book pages, and I'm just going to kind of try to tear it as straight as I possibly can. You could also cut it, and that would work. I always struggle with cutting book page because it usually just tears in my cutter, and it doesn't really seem to matter what cutter I use. So I'm just going to do it this way. And I've, you know, done the whole foil thing through the cutters and all of that, but sometimes it just doesn't seem to matter. It just does that. So that'll be quite a bit bigger. I need to just tear a little bit off of this side. So I hope you guys are having a good, more productive day than I am having. I don't know why. I don't know. I get cleaning, but see, while I'm cleaning, I think. And so when I get thinking, it usually has to do with something creative. And, or it's worrying, one of the two. But anyway, so then I get thinking about things I want to try, and that's what happened this morning, and I was cleaning away, and then I had to try something. So then I ended up making a big mess doing that, and then I had to clean that up, and yeah, it was just like, just one of those days. I know this has the really cool inked edge, but I want the torn edge, so I'm tearing off all of Artie Maze's hard work with the inking, but what are you going to do, right? Hopefully she understands. Okay, so now I'm going to ink it again. I just really like this. And this is in her Nature Walk digi as well. So yeah, I just kind of like wanted to make a pocket out of it because it's fun. So what I'm going to do, this is a super simple pocket, nothing hard here. I'm just going to stitch it so that it makes just a pocket, and this it'll load from the top, but you could also go in the side, or when you glue it down onto the page you can have it load there again, or from the side. So yeah, there's lots of options, even though it's a very simple pocket. So that's the plan anyways. I wish I had another piece of the blue from this digi, but I didn't print one out. That blue damask that she's got in this digi is very cool. So this is from Dreaming Hearts Company, and I do like this because it's a very old vintagey color, and it comes like that, so that's fun. I needed something over here because, as you saw, the writing doesn't go all the way to that edge or, you know, even close, so I just want something over there that will help take away some of that plain paper part. So yeah, that's been my day. A whole lot of procrastination and getting sidetracked, but I really want to finish Lorraine's journal, and I'm getting close. It's getting very close, so it's like I just need to make some more ephemera, so I figured just turn on the camera and do a video. Yeah, and if I even come upstairs, which is where my craft area is, I cleaned it up a little, and so then I get, you know, playing around with whatever's on my desk, basically, because that's what I do. And that can go there. So yeah, what I might do is just glue this pocket together so that we can at least sort of get an idea of what it's going to look like, and then I will stitch it later. Is that upside down? Where's the... I can't tell. I'm horrible at this whole music thing, I'm telling you. I don't know. Oh yeah, now it is upside down. For sure. You guys are probably yelling at me. Well, guess what? Now this page is going to be upside down. Yeah. So I guess we'll do like this instead. Well, that doesn't look right, though. I don't really care if it's upside down. How's that? What do you think about that? I got too much glue on the edge here, and I just don't want my page to stick to it. Yeah, I learned to play the saxophone and I was in band, but reading music was never my strong, not at all. So I really struggle with even looking at those and figuring them out. Not my thing. I think it kind of goes hand in hand with math for whatever reason that is. I don't know. I'm afraid this is just going to mess this up because this cutter, it punched it at least. If it's not thick enough paper, that Fiskars just doesn't work. Okay, we'll probably put more stuff on here, but let's get this glued together so that at least we can see how this is going to work. And this just goes to prove that you do not have to make this stuff complicated. Like, these very simple pockets can end up being really cool. So don't discount them. Don't think you have to do lots of folds and things, because you really don't. Can make very useful pockets just by that. Okay, so there's that. We need to put something else on there. I had an idea, now I don't know what it was. Oh, how about check my mushrooms in here and see if there's something that would look good. I don't know if any of them are going to be like tall enough, or that one's just enormous. I've used this one already. Maybe just up there would be kind of cool. That's the shiny, so it'll go like that. I like that, but I still need something else. I just didn't want to put it with the ferns. So yeah, that works great if you don't have time to make one of the fancy ones like me. Or I'm too lazy, or I don't know, whatever. I just haven't made one, so. Maybe fabric? That might be kind of cool. A bit of fabric. And I may end up stitching it, like, you know, before I put it on there. I had this little bit of stuff that might be kind of fun. This is just a piece of that fabric from Vintage Polka Dot Shop. That's almost like a burlap, but nice and thin. I don't know what it is called, but anyways. That I like. Let's see. Yes, I think that is it. I'll get all my paper back in here, and these are from Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. I'm sure you guys recognize those. Okay, for now I'm just gonna like tack that down using my tacky glue. But then I will stitch it before it's done. Oh, I can't stitch this. I have to stitch this first, huh? You guys were probably like, dummy, you just said that. Yes, you're correct. So I'll have to stitch this first, and then I'll have wet glue on there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I stitched around the little thing here, if you can see, and so now I'm going to glue it down. I went ahead and stitched the pocket closed too, just because it seemed pointless to stop again to do that, so I just did it. And then we'll put our little mushroom on, but I want to ink it a bit. I keep doing that. I really like those little number things stitched around. I don't know why I haven't done that before. Isn't it funny how, like, some things you just don't think of that are so simple when we rack our brains to think of something different to do. Okay. Alright, I like it. I just wanted a pocket out of that. Ever since I first saw it, I was like, ooh, that needs to be a pocket. I don't know why. So now I'm happy. I made a pocket out of it. Okay, so another thing I thought we could do is take one of her really pretty journaling cards, and I have done a journaling card in the journal already using this, but I'm going to use it again because I like it, this particular one. And then this is a time card, so we're gonna, you know, hinge it so that it can open and close on there. And I think I'm gonna use book page to do that. I think I'm gonna use a doubled piece because this book page is old, and as we all know, when we start folding book page, often it cracks and stuff. So let's try it with two and hope that it holds up a little bit better. Help if we could fold correctly. And you know, if you score it, it'll probably work better. But why would I do that? That's silliness. So I'm going to put the torn side on, you know, where we can see it because I like that look. And then the part that's not torn, I'll put at the back. So I think that'll work. So let's do, I'm just going to tear it just willy-nilly like. That's way too long. What am I doing? I need it like the length of this. I don't know why I'm being a ding-dong. I think it's because I'm listening to all the crashing and banging that's going on outside. I doubt you guys can hear it, but I don't know what's going on out there. It's always something. I think it's just like UPS or FedEx or whoever, but man, they were crashing and slamming and everything. And it's just quiet in my house. Everybody's at school and work, and my daughter should be home any time, but at the moment, it's very quiet. We went over to we kind of have a little park in our neighborhood, and there was a couple, an elderly sort of couple playing music over there last night. And they were playing like Patsy Cline and Willie Nelson, and just, I don't know, it was just fun. It was fun. My husband and I went over and listened, and then my daughter came over and they had an ice cream truck, so we got ice cream. My son was at band practice, so he didn't get to go, but it was fun. That was a good thing to do. I'll have to make a journaling card for that too, but let's get this done one thing at a time, right? See, there goes my brain again with the squirrel. Squirrel! I don't know, I've been that way all day. It's really irritating. Task at hand, right? I don't know why sometimes I struggle with that. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this on the other side because I want to be able to write on the other side. So I'm going to mostly try to get, I'll get that blue butterfly, but I'm mostly going to get the lines. So my fabric scissors away before I grab them and use them on something that's paper and destroy them. Let's turn it this way, because I might as well get it right up to the corner and everything, then that's less paper to waste and less bits to cut off. Even though I know I have many times been very guilty of paper wasting. I try to use it all, but sometimes I'm like, I just gotta throw this piece away. It's enough already. Starts to feel like I'm being buried alive in here. Yeah, that'll be good, because then that's a good place to write. So on Monday, I'm going to take dinner over to the kids of that couple that he needed a kidney transplant, and she was his donor. So they're still, you know, not at the hospital, but in a kind of a care type facility thing, you know, while they both recover. And so they have somebody with their kids, but they just asked people to, you know, bring meals, which is awesome. So I'm going to do that, which is going to be kind of fun. Do a little stenciling on this, and I don't know what else because I haven't thought that far ahead. I wasn't sure I would get to this, but my little pocket didn't take me any time at all. See, this works better to do the inking with than that other little sponge, as long as I can hold it straight and not wiggle it around too much. Can you guys see? Okay, I thought, uh-oh, I'm probably half off. I am almost off, but I'm sure you get the concept, right? Didn't really think through what I want on here, but we'll figure that out. Okay, perfect. And that's just a little stencil, like I said, my husband 3D printed for me, but you can probably find, you know, there's all kinds of stencils out there. Oh, I could use this mushroom. I don't know why my computer keeps making that noise. This is one that I printed on the back of, and for whatever reason my printer decided to put lines on the other side, so I'm using it for collage. And I have tried all the cleaning and all the everything, and like it'll work fine sometimes, and then other times it's just like doesn't wanna. I was gonna try turning it off tonight so I can print stuff without a ton of problems. They say if you turn them off for 24 hours, they kind of like reset themselves. I don't know. And I have an EcoTank printer, Epson EcoTank. And I love it because, you know, the cost of ink is so much better than on the ones that you put the cartridge thingies in. But the thing drives me batty, and it's the second one that I've had. And I had similar problems with the last one too, doing weird, annoying things. So yeah. I love the way that manila color like inks. It's just so cool. Just inks so well. And I know that this is gonna get cut off, but I'm okay with it. And this is out of my Torn Paper and Ferns digital. And there are ferns in that digital as well. I know I've been using the mushrooms for this because Lorraine wanted mushrooms, so that's why it probably seems more like a torn paper and mushroom kit, but there are ferns as well. I just haven't used a lot of the ferns in this particular journal. So I'm just going to fold the rest of it around the back because it's going to get glued down, so you're not going to see the back anyhow. Let's bring it over as far as we can at least though. Okay. What else should we put on there? It could be a writing area. This is true. I mean, it has that, but I sometimes feel like it's nice to have a clearer writing area. At least for me, because my writing is sometimes atrocious, so. What I might do is make this into a pocket. That would be a good idea too. And I know, covering up all the stenciling and whatever, but it's kind of what we do. Especially if you don't have a plan. Okay. So yeah, you have this over here, but then you can make this into a pocket. So I think that's what we'll do, but let's get this on here. And then I feel like this needs something else as well. Okay, so first thing is get this on here, I think. And we'll put this on. I want to make sure that it's not going over the edge of the time card, because that'll just make it kind of weird. So there's that. I like having the double paper there. That feels pretty good. Let's see. I'm looking for those bookmarks of Artie Maze's that I printed on regular paper because they don't work great as bookmarks that way. I have some other things. What? Oh, there's this one. I like this owl. I think he would look cool on there, so I think I might cut him out. Since I have what I'm doing with all... Oh, there's my other scissors that I like better. Those ones are like the same thing, but they don't match up right. So sometimes they tear more than they cut, which is really annoying. So yeah, I printed these on accident on copy paper, and so you can back them and still use them as tags, but I thought I'll just use them, you know, more in collage kind of thing, but then I'm like, it'd look kind of cool fussy cut out. Very cool owl. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. I may have, but it's probably been a really long time. When I was working at the elementary school, you know, I used to go early in the morning because that's when you go. And it was like a winter morning, and I got out of my car and was walking towards the school, and the parking lot's a little ways from the school, and a barn owl flew over my head so close that I could have reached up and touched him, and looked right at me and just flew right over my head as if no biggie, you know, he wasn't even at all worried about it. It was so cool. It was one of the coolest, like, wildlife type experiences I've ever had, because we have, you know, wildlife, but we are kind of in a rural area, but very close to the city, so it's not like we have tons of wildlife. And there's just so many houses and stuff that, you know, they're not gonna really hang out here. But that was awesome, having that owl just go right over my head like that. They're so pretty. I like this with that. But it was so funny how he just looked right at me, just right dead at me. And just kept going. And this is in my Regal Digi, that paper like that. motorcycles going by. Used to be, you wouldn't hear a thing like almost all day when we first moved here. I do miss that, I have to say. And I know you guys probably know because I talk about it all the time. But I do, I miss it. It was kind of nice. I like how you can see the April 1843 from that mushroom digi. Yeah, I love that owl. He's really cool. Very cool. Looking all over for this. It's right in front of my nose. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to put in that other pocket. And if we turn this into a pocket, that's another pocket. I might make this a long, like, have it tuck up there instead of at the side, because she's got those long tags. Let's turn a little bit more, I think. Kind of had them the wrong way there. Let's see if I can find it. Those really long, tall tags. Like I said, I could do one of these at the side. Just do a side tack. Sorry, I just, you know how it is when you're in the midst of creating and something comes to you. That one makes it too. I mean, she's got a lot of tall tags in this digi, but there's those ones in particular that are skinny or tall. I think those are way too wide. They're wider than that thing is. Okay, I know I have it. What did I do? Oh, there it is. Or no, that's not it. Is it right here though? I don't know. I'll just do it on the side. The only thing is it's going to hit that, but it might be okay. If it hangs out a little bit. So maybe I'll use this one of Carrie the Crafters with the lace. It looks kind of cool. I mean, the music would be cool too, but I don't know. Which one do I like better? I think you can actually see the music better. So I lied. I'm going to use mine. And I'll probably use these mushrooms right here. So let's just kind of fussy tear those instead of fussy cutting them. So we use this whole tag. I don't want to do that. I don't like how that's like sort of cut right there. Where we cut out the owl. I don't love that. Let's see, so maybe we're not using the whole tag. Telling stories. Alright, maybe one of these. Big fat ones like that. That would work. So we've got some variety of mushrooms. Oh, let's back that. What do I want to back that with? I've got enough of that. See, here's some fern from that drawing paper and fern digi. There really is some. Oh, let's use straw paper. Oh, I already had that one open. I need to use this one up anyway. I don't know why I was using the other one. Because it's almost there. And it just needs to go. Let's put the lid on the new one. So today's homecoming at my son's school, and he went to school today wearing his sister's gold. She had this crazy gold jacket that she would wear for spirit, you know, like for homecoming and all that. So she passed the torch, so now he's wearing it. So he wore her gold jacket, and it looks like a garbage bag, truly like a gold garbage bag. And then he wore her tutu that is brown and gold. Oh, no. I don't know anybody that would call me from Texas, so thinking not important. But anyways, so yeah, brown and gold, because our school color, those are our school colors. And so my daughter made that her, I think it was her freshman year. So he wore that over his jeans today. Which sounds really crazy, but the boys do that. They wear tutu, anything, just anything they can get their hands on that's like got gold and brown and all that. They don't care. But it was pretty comical to see him like that, because for the longest time he balked at all that. Like, I'm not wearing a tutu, you know, but I think it's because all his friends are dressing up too, so he decided it was alright. If it's cool, it's fine, right? But it was funny. This morning I walk out and he's making his breakfast and he's got his gold garbage bag jacket on and a tutu and jeans. It's a good look. I would have taken a picture, but he probably would have strung me up if I tried, so. Plus I was still half asleep, I think. I mean, we all got up early this morning, and my husband had to go, and my daughter had to be at school, and it was just like everybody's up and out of here. Which is, you know, a good thing. I'm trying to find something with maybe some color in. I keep picking things that are like that more neutral tone. Oh, some of this would probably work. These leaves, and this is probably where the cat hit the printer because it's all weird. It's very helpful that way. How about if I take, because I like a little bit of the green, if that part wouldn't have got all messed up. Yeah, that had stuff printed on the back too, but the cat made it not very useful. I'm going to actually go this way. I have to remember to like close the door when I print, but you know, very often I forget. And so he is such a stinky. Gets in there and sticks his paws in the printer as it prints out, and like no matter if it's the 5,000th time, he still thinks he needs to be in the middle of it with his paws in there. It's fascinating every time. I don't know where he is, speaking of that little stinkweed. My other cat, she just really doesn't do a whole lot. You know, like I say, they're kind of like toddlers, but she really is just very mellow and like, I mean, she screams all the time at the kids, just jabbering, but I don't want more music. But he is my problem child, for sure. He's like the little brother that won't leave her alone, and always into everything. Persians are just a little bit different than, I don't want to say regular cats because he's a regular cat too, but they kind of have a different personality than other cats, I think. Because he's always been a nutcase. I mean, he's funny and cute as heck. He's just, he's just into everything all the time. And doesn't, I always thought he'd grow out of it, but nope. Because he's like, my gosh, how old is he now? Probably almost 11. 11 next month, I think. Yeah. I just made a big fat mess out of that. Got glue there. Alright. But yes, he is my problem child. He's kind of just always doing what you don't want him to do. That sounds horrible. I mean, I love the cat. He's just a dingling. Ding-a-ling. Oh, did you guys see that? That was not good. Well, this tag may be phooey. We'll see if this ends up looking okay or not. Can't believe I did that. Well, I mean, I can, but... Oh, good. It's not too awful. Okay, I think that's all right. I love how those are see-through. They're just really cool. And I will stitch around it. I don't know if I'll add anything to the top because it has to go in and out of this side pocket, you know. So I don't want to do that, but I am going to put a thumb notch right there. Oh, somebody was telling me, so I'm going to show this, just in case. I mean, it's not like anything earth-shattering, but she mentioned that she can never get the hole centered, which I can't really either, and I'm usually just too lazy to do this. But if you measure and like put a mark at your center point like that, and then when you put your circle punch on there, you need to be looking at it obviously, because if I have it this way, I have no idea. So I always turn mine upside down, and hopefully you have one that you can see. And then just try to center, you know, your pencil mark. See, so I'm thinking that's kind of center. And it, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect anyway, and that literally just went through under my glasses and down my nose and back out. Okay, so that'll get glued down on the page like this, and then this can slide in and out, and it'll stop about there because of our hinge, but it's fine. It's not a big deal that that's sticking out. That just makes it easier to grab a hold of, right? I kind of feel like that still needs a little something, but I'm not sure what, so I guess I'll wait and see if it comes to me. But I love the owl. Let's see, do we have time to do a journaling card for this? And this will get stuck down to the, did I? Oh, no. Thought I glued it together for a second there. I was like, what in the world? So let's see, what kind of tag do I want, or journaling card or whatever for that. I think I'll just use a piece of this again, or two actually. And we'll glue them together and I'll tear them down to a little bit smaller. Because I think one folded in half isn't going to be like big enough. You won't be able to get a hold of it. And that one's gone. The Scotch Create people love me, that's all I gotta say. Because man, do I buy glue. Okay, so I think if I tear it a little inside of where the words are, I should be pretty good. Try not to tear it weird. Actually, this one I'll tear right with the words because I think that'll be fine. We'll check it. And how high do I want it? It's a little easier when it's attached to the book page because as you can see it's curling, and this one's pretty thin, you know, because it's not backed or anything, but it'll be against a page. So yeah, I need to make that a little bit smaller. Height wise, we're gonna go, just basically take this off. A little bit more off. I should have gone inside the writing, but I didn't. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do something to this. Maybe some of this letter. And this is from the History of Twin Peaks book. I had somebody asking me what the book was. And it's this, or sorry, The Secret History of Twin Peaks. I got it at the dollar store, and I got it at a Dollar Tree, but that doesn't mean it'll be at your Dollar Tree, because unfortunately, as we all know, it's kind of hit and miss. But hopefully you can find it if you're looking for it. I like this pumpkin thing we got going on here. I'm not going to be able to fit all of that, so I like how this says book company down here. Put that butterfly somewhere, and this can go over here, and I can straighten out that edge. It's not quite long enough, but let's see what we can do. It's really not that big of a deal. I can just ink it. So I'm probably going way over time. I don't know. See, when I stop and start like that, then I mess everything up because I can't tell how long I've been doing this. had a few people say that they found this book at their Dollar Tree too. I just don't know. But I always check books at the Dollar Tree because, well, for one, I either use them as altered books or, you know, that kind of thing. It's kind of fun to use them almost like scrapbook paper or something. And I started watching that show, Twin Peaks, because then I got curious after seeing the book and a few people's comments. It's the strangest. Like, all those people are insane. All of them. I don't even know. Like, it's really hard to figure out who did what because, they're all crazy. In one way or another. Yeah, I don't know how many of you have watched it or whatever, but it is goofy as all get out. Okay, so I'm thinking Roxy Creations Butterfly might be kind of cool. Ooh, and that one right there just said, me, pick me. So I will. Antenna. Crazy. I'm going to go ahead and use some. This is thicker paper for this butterfly, so I'm going to go ahead and use some art glitter glue. That didn't do anything. Which way do I want it? Maybe this way? This works so well to use a dry paper towel or whatever. Thank you, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She's the first person I saw do that. Now everybody does it, but because your fingers get looking like this from the ink and the glue and the paper and everything, and so a lot of times you can like smear it or whatever, and then makes you mad, kind of like I did with that paper on this one. Yeah, this one definitely needs something else. Let's see. Maybe both of these could use something. And then I need to back that. I do like these. These are from Artie Mays. I like that. I kind of feel like it needs like something like that too. So I think I'm going to do both on that one. This one. That's a big one. I don't know. That would be too matchy. The Daily News. Paradise Evergreens. Sorry, I know I have these where you can't really see them. This one is big too. I actually like that one better. This is actually from my friend Denise, one of our crafts. I don't know how they got in there, but they could be handy. I actually kind of like that. It just helps bring that fall. That owl's cool too. That fall look in a little bit more. It was fortuitous that I put those in the wrong place. For once, right? No, that's too big for up there. But I do think I want this number up here. I'm going to tear it. And I'm gonna rough it up. Yeah, it's getting to be election season, as we all probably know too well. So then my phone just starts ringing incessantly. And it doesn't seem to matter what no-call list or whatever you try to get on, it doesn't matter. It drives me bats. I do not like being called on the phone for solicitation. That just makes me angry. Like, I don't, at that point I don't even care what you're selling or wanting money for or whatever, and then you're not going to get it from me. I'm horrible that way. I just don't like that. Don't call me on my phone. For that, I'm saying. I'm not saying like friends don't call me or whatever. And I literally never donate money over the phone, so I have no idea why they bother to keep calling me, because it doesn't do them any good whatsoever. I think I'm actually going to put a staple in that, even though I don't need it. It's not a useful staple. 2 of them in. It's just I want it. Want it there. That is better. I like that better. Okay, now this one. I think I'm going to rough this a little bit too. You know, I can't ever leave it alone, so. And these are in Denise at Wonderbar Crafts Fickle Fall Digi, which is an awesome fall digi, by the way. I might actually kind of go around the corner sort of thing. Sort of like what we do sometimes with the doilies. You won't see it because I'm going to cover it, but yeah, I did a whole journal not too long ago using Denise's Fickle Fall. It's just a nice one. Okay, so now we need to back this one too. And I don't know what to use. Let's use some Ledger from the antique store. Thank goodness for antique stores, right? I don't know what we're going to do. Like, I wanted to get another Edith Holden book, and they are selling for like $49. Because, you know, I get it. Everybody wants them. I just wish they put it out in print again. Or make a paper line or something, you know. Like, we can't do anything with it because it's still under copyright. But it's like, help us out, make a paper line, because people buy it. If you got rights to that, that would be a great line to have. Because it's cool. But yeah, and I have one, but I just cannot talk myself into chopping it up. I mean, I've taken the pages out because I was gonna do that, but every time I look at it I can't talk myself into using it because I'm afraid it's the last one and I'll never get another one. I had another one and I used it, but it's the last one I have and I'm like, I can't do it. Can't do it. I was watching Gail do all the pockets from, you know, like the ones that carry the Crafter Center for her birthday, and yeah, I was like, oh yeah, those look great. I need to do some of those, but cannot get myself to do it. So I'm afraid I'll never find that book again. Alright, so that will get stitched around. This will get stitched around. That I already stitched. This I may stitch around. It's kind of lumpy right there. I feel like maybe that needs a little something right there. Like a label. I don't use those all that often, but it was right there. Yeah, and I just can't talk myself into spending $49 on one and then cutting it up. I would just keep it again, so yeah, it's a rough one. So whatever powers that be, if you have, you can use a, or have, what do you call it, rights to that Edith Holden stuff, I would definitely do something with it. Alright, and that will go in there. So I hope you guys like my little flippy-doo-wahs and pockets and things, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are amazing, and so many of you have said thank you so much for helping me get through this time, you know, because a lot of people are still stuck at home and all that, and I love coming on and doing this, so thank you guys for your support, because I couldn't do it without you. So we will chat again soon. Bye bye now.